Because we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Why?
I was talking to chat.
Yeah, chat. Come on, give us more work than that.
Oh, I'm just reading One Piece.
We're recording the post show, Paul.
Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the 135th floor. We're having a good time, and I'm just gonna sit here and read One Piece. I'm just gonna read One Piece.
No, fuck you.
I mean, I finally met the Cloud Meatball dude.
I'm gonna need
Lightning Boy.
He's the Kami's vassal on Skypiea.
Paul, I want you to know the last time I read Skypiea or watched Skypiea was over a year ago.
What's his name? Hold on.
Same. I also don't give a shit about Skype. I watched the movie, dude. Oh, so Paul, yeah, you're reading One Piece.
Yeah.
And I made a post in Discord today, completely unrelated to you reading One Piece, where I said, I'm realizing now that Paul might actually catch up to me, so what I need to do is start getting high as fucking binging through One Piece at like 2 times speed so that you can't. So like, here's the thing. I'm not going to absorb any of it, but goddamn am I going to ride that fucking dragon like a locomotive.
Oh my god. That'll be really funny to sit there and be like, oh wow, you guys both got caught up to One Piece?
Yeah, and Paul will be sitting there like, yeah, I was reading it. It was pretty interesting. And then me, eyes wide open, blood red everywhere. I have seen horrors you can't imagine.
Listen, I could probably like Wikipedia my way to like.
You could definitely. There's definitely.
Paul, I could
notes.
Wikipedia my way modern within 24 hours.
Yeah,
I could
think that's fair.
Wikipedia from where I currently am. No, I could Wikipedia from the very beginning. From the very, very beginning of One Piece.
Yeah.
If you know where to look, you can get the entire story within 24 hours and not miss anything that actually matters.
I don't want to do that though.
No, it's an awful thing. It's an awful thing. Because what you end up getting is you get the most densely packed, like, moments.
You're looking at me.
You get all the most densely packed moments, but you have no context for any of them.
Yeah.
And now that's not saying it's like, oh, Luffy fights Crocodile, and it's like, well, I don't know why Crocodile's a bad guy. It's like, no, you'd understand that, but you wouldn't have context for why Crocodile is so much better than the person immediately to his left, because it's not going to explain warlords that well. It's not going to explain the intricacies of the world. It's not going to explain all of these different side characters, like Laboon. Does like Laboon wouldn't be in that cut down.
No.
But Laboon's fucking dope, and we love him.
Laboon is one of my favorite characters.
Do you remember Laboon?
I don't remember at the moment. No.
He's the whale.
He's the big boy.
Oh yeah.
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 He's totally dope. But like that wouldn't be in the Wikipedia cut down.
No.
You know, like that sort of stuff.
I missed Laboon. Very, very sad.
I'm current and I fucking miss Laboon. Shut up.
Here's the thing.
I haven't gotten Laboon content in easily 600 fucking chapters.
Yeah, because I just got the last Laboon content that there is for 600 fucking chapters.
Yeah, because you're what, in Thriller Bark?
Yeah, it's right before.
Oh, so I get more Laboon?
Yeah, you'll get more
Dope!
Laboon. I will get no more Laboon.
As a mild spoiler, I'm not gonna say exactly what it.
Bro,
any
this
section
section of One Piece has been out for so fucking long.
No, yeah, I was no. No, Paul. So what that face was I was saying minor spoiler, and then I was going to say something. I was trying to word how to not spoil it. Then I realized not only does it not matter, anything that I said you'd be able to pick it up on. Yeah. Brooks, the next Straw Hat, the next character who you get introduced to in Thriller Bark, which is after Skypiea, is friends with Laboon.
Oh.
And
it's adorable.
He has like.
Isn't he the one who left? Is he the one who left Laboon?
He was in the crew that left him.
He was in the crew that left him. Okay.
But he ate the what is
Which
it?
fruit?
The death fruit.
I think so.
And he got an extra life. But it was just as a skeleton. So that's why he's a skeleton.
That's dope.
He's also the musician, so he plays guitar.
Oh, that's dope.
And he plays like an electric guitar because
Brooks is so fucking cool.
Brooks's first line in the entire anime, by the way, is also "Can I see your panties?" So
yeah,
Brooks is my favorite Straw Hat. He's also just really interesting.
Brooks is a really cool character, and Brooks
was a part of that crew, and he literally, like, when he's talking to Luffy, he's like, I can't die until I've finally, like, returned to my crew. And he, like, says that so long, like, what crew are you talking about? He's like, I had a crewmate that I left. It's Laboon. And he, like, talks about Laboon. And now, I will be honest, I skipped all 20 of that 20-minute episode. Yeah. But it was also just Laboon clips. And I play those at night to fall asleep anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah, like Brooks. I think Brooks is my favorite Straw Hat when you get to Zoe forward.
I like Brooks a lot, even in Thriller Bark, mostly because he's the only character that has any fucking idea of what he's doing in Thriller Bark.
Well, and to be fair, like he's been on Thriller Bark for such an extended
It's
period
like
of time.
50 years.
Yeah, he's been
Good
on
Lord.
Thriller Bark for literally the majority of everyone's lifetime. That's still on Thriller
Longer
Bark.
than most of the Straw Hats have been alive
Yeah.
at this point
But-
in time.
But like when you get to Zoe,
Mhm.
Brooks really gets to take not necessarily like a leading role, but he really comes into his own as a character,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like he stops being comedic relief and starts being like not only like a valuable member of the team, but an incredibly valuable member. Like that,
Kind of like how Frankie stopped being 100% meme the moment he actually got on the ship.
correct. Like the value of Frankie increases so much
Because it's like at
when
this
he
point
becomes a
in
Straw
time,
Hat.
yeah, it's like at this point in time they're introducing you to a character, but then once the character has been introduced to, they can dial back those things that they had to turn up to 11,
Yeah.
and then they can find their slot. And it's like Thriller Bark is very much Brooks's story.
Mm-hmm.
Alabasta is very much Robin's story.
Alabasta is easily one of the best arcs in the entirety of One Piece, and anyone that tries to tell you it's not is wrong. They're wrong.
I think it's great. I think it's fucking fantastic.
I think it's eclipsed by like all of 2 arcs for me. And it's
Summit War isn't even one of those, right?
no,
Yeah, nobody likes Summit War. It's just super
no,
long.
it's literally just Water 7.
Really?
Water 7 is so fucking good. Like, and when people talk about Water 7 being easily the best One Piece arc, they're not wrong. Water 7 is so fucking good. And it kind of hurts to be like, well, if Water 7's the best arc, isn't the rest of One Piece just like a downhill slope? Okay.
No, it goes uphill after Thriller Bark.
Well, just because Water 7 is like the best arc.
Just because Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars doesn't mean you don't watch Return of the Jedi afterwards.
Yeah, like the content, like Dressrosa, the Dressrosa arc is fucking insane. Like that arc is so crazy, and it's so worth.
I like that Paul got invested in the conversation for a second when I brought Star Wars back up.
Well, that's fine. I'm going back to reading. I'm on chapter 248.
No, this is the funny part, is we're all talking about One Piece, and the moment we stop talking about, like, me and Tim are talking about One Piece, and you're reading it, and the moment we stop talking about it, you're like, oh, I'm so invested, and it's like,
I'm back. But like, Dressrosa has one of the coolest sequences in all of One Piece.
Mhm.
But Dressrosa, emotionally for me, does not eclipse Water 7. Like the emotional value of the content in Water 7, especially when you're in Ennis Lobby,
Mhm.
is so high.
So here's the thing, Ennis Lobby, if you just have Water 7 be Water 7, then I do have to disagree. But if you bundle Ennis Lobby in there,
Water 7 Ennis Lobby is usually comes as a package deal when people
it
discuss.
wasn't packaged when I was doing it. It was broken up.
I was gonna say when people talk about Water 7 as
They
an arc,
include Ennis Lobby, yes.
because
no, and you're
because,
absolutely
like, Water,
right.
Water
It should be
7
included.
isn't Water 7 without Ennis Lobby.
Ennis Lobby is literally tied into it.
Yeah.
It is the epilogue.
Mhm.
It is the actual combat sequences that
Yeah.
Water 7 needs. Because Water 7 is really half an arc without Ennis Lobby.
Yeah.
And Ennis Lobby isn't a whole arc anyways.
Yeah,
So-
like Water 7 is the content that is important for Ennis Lobby to be valuable, and
Ennis Lobby is
Ennis
one of the
Lobby is the
pinnacles.
payoff
Yeah.
of Water 7. So to
And
like
even
look
to
at them
end
as
with Robin screaming, like, it's my life.
yeah, like to sit there and like go from to like look at Water 7 and be like, oh well, this is a good arc. Yeah, you're right. Water 7 by itself without
Yeah.
Ennis Lobby is like it's a fine arc.
Yeah.
Ennis Lobby by itself is a fine arc.
Ennis Lobby by itself is some of the best fights that are in One Piece.
Oh yeah, no, not and like
But
bar none.
but just Ennis Lobby by itself doesn't have the emotional connection whatsoever. Just watching Water 7 gives you that entirety.
Yeah.
Like if I were to bring someone who had never seen any One Piece and I wanted them to watch just like one full arc of like to get the purest One Piece experience.
If I was going to try and sell someone on One Piece, it would be Water 7 and its lobby, and that's it.
Yeah, and because I think it does a very good job of it gives you most of the crew already. It gives you Frankie and introduces him properly, and you get that whole thing. You have a bunch of fun side characters throughout all of Water 7. And then when you go to NS Lobby, you get that oh shit feeling, and then you also have that those oh shit combat moments.
Mm-hmm.
And
like that's where you really get to see Luffy.
That's the first time Luffy goes into
Gear 2.
Yeah.
And that's that moment alone in that fight where he and the joke is like he surpasses the limits, but like when he finally manages Gear 2, it's huge because that is how he levels the playing field, because otherwise he's so far outclassed, it's not even funny.
Other than that, he's been fucking SpongeBob, which is he can take whatever hit you throw at him, but he can't hit anything back. Even looking into Skypiea, one of the biggest issues he had with, what was the guy?
I don't fucking
Lightning
remember.
Boy.
Yeah.
He had so many issues of like, I can't deal damage to you, but at the same time, he was immune. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, like in that battle of attrition, Luffy wins purely because like he's completely unaffected by the lightning.
Because 1 damage is still higher than 0.
Yeah.
And this is on 100,000 scale. So
yeah, like Luffy wins that as a battle of attrition purely because like even if he gets exhausted, it's like, okay, cool, you can't do real damage to him.
Yeah.
Like he could sleep it off. You could just be sitting there fucking trying to kill him, and he could just take a nap and it'd be fine.
Don't Pikachus take naps while getting shocked by lightning at some point in the anime or something?
Yeah.
I feel like they're just getting shocked passively.
Yeah.
Or other electric Pokemon. Regardless, Luffy has the capability to just act like that.
Yeah, and so like in NS Lobby, you sit there and you watch him in this fight with Cypher Pole, and you're like, oh fuck. Like if Luffy doesn't figure out how to deal like good damage,
yeah,
it's over.
And that was a great fight.
Like that, I remember reading that fight and then having to take like 2 or 3 hours to just sit there and digest it, because that fight, like NS Lobby itself, is like an emotional arc.
And NS Lobby is
it's kind
definitely
of exhausting.
the most emotional arc in the first 500 episodes.
Yeah, it's incredibly.
I can't speak
exhausting
to anything after that simply because I know like there's the two that I don't want to say out loud because I don't want to hypothetically spoil it for anybody who hasn't been spoiled yet somehow. I know, but my mic is still too close. Serafina. Yeah. That's very emotional, and that happens with a lot more attrition.
Yeah.
So I can see that as being a more emotional arc, but I feel like this one is more. What's the best way to say it? More like intimate, emotional.
Yeah. This one, you're sitting there like you're watching this NS Lobby section, and you're like, if you even give like a damn about any of the characters on the Straw Hat crew, you're sitting here like effectively trying not to cry, like watching this section going like, holy fuck, like there are real stakes in NS Lobby.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't get, other than the Serafina section, you don't have anything like that. You have a little bit of it in Whole Cake Island.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you're not familiar with Whole Cake Island,
I'm not.
Sanji gets kidnapped.
Thank God.
Sanji gets kidnapped by Big Mom. And
oh yeah, I you know what? I've heard
Jiraiya.
I've heard about this.
Because
they nerf Sanji by surrounding him by women.
It's not just that, but like
that is actually his time skip training arc though.
It is. It's very fucking hilarious.
That's great.
I'm not at the time skip, by the way, so don't think you'll hit it by getting to me, but I do know that.
But like
how many chapters is Skypiea, by the way?
It's not as long as you think it is.
Skype is like 70 episodes. Again, I watched the movie. You can watch the movie.
Skypea is an arc that like
The movie for Skypea is better than the actual arc because the arc is convoluted and stupid.
like reading Skypea is like I liked Skypea as a read, but I also read it like while intoxicated. Like I did not read Skypea sober.
Yeah.
I didn't read Thriller Bark sober either.
Nobody wants to read Thriller Bark sober.
Thriller Bark is my JoJo's Part 1. I can't do it. I cannot go back and redo it.
It's so funny though that I'm stuck on Thriller Bark.
Like I don't like anyone that looks at me and is like, I stopped at Thriller Bark. I'm like, I don't fucking blame you. I go, here's the thing is like, go find like a quick YouTube video of like that gives you the highlight details of fucking Thriller Bark and move on. Like that's my thing is like the rest of One Piece post Thriller Bark
committed.
is so
I have
good.
to finish it.
And like it hurts because like Thriller Bark is like it has value. It is not an inherently bad arc.
Yeah.
It has problems, but there are good things about Thriller Bark.
It introduces new mechanics and characters, which is all you can ask for from a new arc.
Yeah, it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
It furthens the world. It is, granted, it is in a way that feels underhanded and slimy, and it doesn't. Because it's like, oh no, they're stuck on this island and the fog won't let them get anywhere. And it's like, well, we're already in the Grand Line. Like, that shouldn't make sense anyway. It's like, oh no, but the fog. And it's like, okay, well, this just fucking sucks. Thriller Bark it is, I guess.
All the One Piece content today.
Yeah, Paul, thank you for all 5 of those lines that you've added to the post show this week.
You're welcome. It's a good time. I'm just enjoying reading.
Including the introduction. Oh, speaking of reading, that was a timer for 17 minutes, just so you know. We've been going for about that long.
Okay.
But hey, have you guys both caught up with Tower of God this week?
Oh,
I have a feeling that Paul is not caught up.
Oh, I am most definitely caught up.
Paul is most definitely caught up. Oh, man.
I feel like I had a very different reaction to this week's chapter than Paul did.
Yeah, because Paul didn't say anything, guys.
No, because I was involved in looking at my fiance's text message. However, I will say this.
The family head.
Fucking Green Boy's hot.
He's so fucking cool.
Dude, I can't believe
He's so hot.
Guys, they made Corpse Husband a thing.
Oh, you know he's in an anime now.
He is.
He's voicing an anime.
He's voicing an anime.
Yeah.
Did you watch the clip?
I did not watch the clip yet.
Oh, it's 100% him.
Awesome. Here's the point. Back to the point about Tower of God. This dude does not care. He's like, cool, I am God. You do this, everybody can die.
Bring me the boy outside the tower.
And
He's
then
like,
and then
bring
from
me
there,
the irregular, everyone else, I don't give a fuck
Han
what you
Sung
do.
Yu's like, yo, can't do that because blah blah blah, I have a mission, and he says it. And God is like, huh.
You're not inherently useless.
You're not useless. Come.
Well, so
Kill everybody else.
I want to point out. So we've seen one other family head.
Yeah. Gustang.
Yeah. Gustang Pobedao. Yep. And then this is the Lopobia family head. And
Traumarai.
Yeah.
Great name.
What a sick fucking name.
I didn't even remember it. Yeah. But it's so sci-fi as fuck.
Yeah.
But this guy just like literally just shows up. And you have like Evan Kell being like, I can't look him in the eyes or he could decide to kill me. And
I want to point out the best
that
part is literally the fact that he shows up, and like for those of you who are watching this, he's literally just like, I can't be bothered, so just do this.
No, I think
and he's on like a giant like platform, and it's supposed to be a big throne, but
it's hot.
I think my favorite moment is him going, it's too fucking bright in here. And just turn that shit down, and it goes so dark that people can't fucking see.
I want to point out point number 2. Dad's back.
Father Dearest.
Dad is back.
Father Dearest has arrived.
I'd like to give a shout out to Jin Sung Ha for not being stuck in the suspendium.
I'd like to give a shout out to Dad for being ready to tussle the 2 assistants to the family head. Like it's nothing. Dude's literally like he's not even intimidated.
You're gonna tussle and grustle.
Literally, they show up like, and these are the 2 direct to the family head. And Jin Sung Ha is like, "Sup."
Well, Seahorse isn't there.
You're not getting. No, it's Owl though.
Yeah, I mean, Owl is is his number one, but the other guy is
still-
just a throwaway.
I'm just saying, like, he's like, huh.
Are you the
You're
Owl?
not getting past me. Like, that's great. I get what you're here for. I get the thing. I understand. Makes sense to me. You're not getting past me.
So we have now effectively, now we've seen everything. We've seen a lot. What I'm really interested in is to see what the fight's gonna be between Pobedao and Lopobia, because something tells me that Pobedao is not on Jihad's side, and it's a couple of things.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
I don't know if the other family leader is necessarily on Jihad's side per se.
Lopobia.
Yeah.
Oh, he 100% is.
Oh, Traumarai is 100% a
That-
fucking
if you've
Jihad
listened,
dog.
If you look back at any of the dialogue from the past, like,
Yeah.
50 chapters maybe, they are fighting specifically the Lopobia family
Yeah.
because Jihad specifically has asked them to do it because they are so far up his asshole.
That's fair.
They're Jihad's little bitch boys.
Exactly. They're like his
They're his
like-
personal army at this point.
so like this is an imaginary situation. I don't want to give off the idea that this is actually the way that we're broken down. So imagine that I were the family head, right?
yeah.
Yep.
And Paul was like my number one, and then like you
Yes.
went to Publix to get me a sandwich when I asked for it.
Yeah.
You are Lopobia.
Yeah.
I am Jihad.
Yeah.
He is the Ha family.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or the Han family.
It doesn't fucking matter which one.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
of those because those are like higher tier families. But
I'm
Like-
just like excited to see what I want to see. I honestly want to see Gustang show up.
I don't think he's gonna.
Gustang is not showing up
He's
to
not.
the
There's
the
too much
tower.
going on right now for them to cut to him. But I so desperately want to know what the fuck is going on in House Pobedao.
Okay.
I
So-
think he's raising Rachel as a secondary slayer,
Also, I love that.
but that's a whole thing.
Han Sung Yu referenced Bloodhaven.
or
Is that his name?
Hendo Lock, Blood, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Bloodhaven.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I remember seeing it in like the webtoon comments, and I wanted to talk about the fact that literally the only reason Han Sung Yu isn't dead, is
he
because
knew his name. Blood Matter.
blood matter. Yeah.
Sorry, not Bloodhaven. Blood Matter.
Yeah. The only reason Han Sung Yu has any chance of living a life longer than 2 minutes at this point is because he has the piece of immortality for Hendolak blood matter, or he has information about it, and because blood matter was the one that didn't get immortality on the 100th floor, and he's the one that's been passing down the curse that to his descendants that keeps him alive, basically.
Yeah, so he got eternal life under the one condition that all of his children and his children's children live a short life.
Yeah. So,
Quote, you alone will be able to live an eternal life through the life you've taken from them.
yeah, and so Han Sung Yu, my thought of like how he's using this piece of immortality is that Bam is the piece of immortality. And the reason Bam is the piece of immortality is because he can shatter the rules of the tower any which way he pleases. He could technically,
So
if he got strong enough, he could free blood matter from that
so here's the thing:
and
is
just
he
give
would,
him eternal life.
No, he couldn't. Because what we know right now of Bam's power is that he can counterspell anything. But that means that if he does so, he'll be counterspelling the curse that lowers his family's life, but extends his. That being said, he is probably effectively immortal now anyways, due to his Shinsu.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be as much of a double-edged sword as it would have been so many years ago. He
Yeah.
is the 15th most powerful person in the entire tower.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
I say that because I literally just had his wiki page up.
Yeah.
But so like, he wouldn't be able to have proper immortal life like the other 9 family heads, but
He'd have a sure as fuck long one.
He's definitely lived long enough already, over 10,000 years. He would be effectively immortal still because Shinsu makes you effectively immortal.
Yeah, at that concentration.
So I want to point this out, and then I want to wrap this up so we can all get home. He doesn't, Hansung Yu doesn't actually get to say his name.
No, he doesn't.
Right? But
he definitely alludes to it, and you know that he's alluding to it.
Right.
That's the only
I'm
reason
interested to see which friend Tryndamere has that's looking for Hansung Yu. Because he says specifically, take that creature to the main ship. He's the one my friend is looking for.
That even could be Hendo Lock Blood Matter.
Yeah, and that's what people are thinking is like that it's BHK going like, hey, if this guy has information on this piece of immortality, one that might be able to free me from the curse and give me true immortality, and then my descendants can truly become as strong, and like my family could gain actual reputation in the tower.
Mm-hmm. Because the reason that the Ha family and the Kun family are so strong is because they've made descendants that have become princesses that have made their name. It's the reason that Lopobia is so strong. Because they have princesses.
And Hendo Locke has none of that because of the fact that his descendants don't live a life that they could ever truly become like high rankers.
So question,
the most part.
Do we know what family Endorsey is from?
No.
We assume that she's Hendo Locke, right?
I don't think we have like a full confirmation on which family she's raised from off the top.
I'm pretty sure we
don't know.
She's a fake name. So Endorsey is fake.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. I think we had it. No, we've never known her real name.
Yeah, we have no like real familial details for her.
Well, so we know how her family chose a princess, which was it adopted.
Yeah.
And didn't bring in people from their own blood, which sounds like the Hendo Locke MO because they don't have any daughters of their own.
Yeah, she might have been adopted into Hendo Locke.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, then I would assume that.
I'm not
you're
saying that she
correct.
is blood relative of Hendo Locke. I'm saying that she was brought in.
Yeah. I mean, like that's a pretty on-brand thing for me. Like I could see that. But that's the thing is like not a single one of the princesses are actually have Hendo Locke blood because none of them would survive long enough to bring glory to Great Lord Jihad.
I just want to point out before we scoot.
I want to actually really quickly before even that. I want you to know that Hendo Locke's princess is named Gladmary.
There is a Hendo Locke princess?
Her name is Hendo Locke Gladmary Jihad.
There must be something going on there that she has a life long enough to truly be a princess then.
Yeah.
It is possible that she's been adopted into this family.
Yeah. So, number one thing I want to mention with Tog in general is the fact that we are finally beginning to see honest to God power levels, much like, and I'm going to equate this to a really bad thing, but it's going to make sense hopefully, is if you remember Bleach, when you finally start meeting like the upper levels of the top 10 family heads.
You're looking at me like I have any fucking idea what
you're
talking about.
What's the big flame, the old man flame bud? You know who I'm talking about.
I do. I'm bad at fucking
That's
Bleach
fair.
because Bleach
basically my point is we're finally meeting the people who basically in like Bleach terms spiritual pressure would kill you if you entered their presence. Like just anybody.
I mean, yeah, like we literally just watched that this week of like, yes, Traumarai has walked into the building. I'm so afraid for my life that I don't fucking dare look in his general direction.
I'm interested
because
to see
he'll
too.
just off me. Like, and he won't even have to do anything. He'll just look, he'll point at me. He might not even point. He might just go, that guy looked at me. He's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because dude doesn't even say anything about it. He's just like, it's bright, and suddenly it's not. Like, and Hansung Yu literally goes, what kind of magic is this? Because I don't fucking know.
It just,
like, it's just dark now. Like, it just is. Like, there's no reason, no rhyme. Dude's like, I haven't been out of my ship in so long. It's too bright. Like,
I saw.
Somebody please turn off the sun.
I think my favorite
Thank you.
comment in the Webtoons comments was like, "Hey, you guys want to know where Traumarai was? Reading Tog for the last fucking decade, like the rest of us. Hasn't left his room. Doesn't know what lights look like. Hasn't seen the sun in a decade.
please, if you're reading the chapter, make sure to heart it this week.
That shit's important."
Yeah, that's
That's
right,
important.
everybody. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the 135th Floor. You can find us at all of